Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's USDA report day, so 11 o'clock we'll be a lot smarter than we are right now. As far as the numbers are concerned, most people look for the USDA to raise U.S. Soybean crop, carryout, and world carryout. Corn, kind of mixed. Some people are higher corn, lower corn crop. Most looking for a slightly lower corn carryout, slightly lower world corn carryout. And in wheat, maybe that's the big unknown, because USDA is slow playing talk that world trade is down because of droughts in Europe and Russia and Australia, and that they are too high in supply, too high in exports out of those countries, and not high enough in the U.S. So we're hearing numbers anywhere from beans after the report, 20 lower, to maybe rallying on short covering 10 higher. Corn might be 5 lower, 5 higher. Wheat could be 20 higher or 20 lower, depending upon how the funds want to take on their long wheat position after the report. Other news, big hurricane heading for North Carolina. And some of the data suggests that the agriculture is the #1 thing for North Carolina. The state has almost 9 million swine numbers, 12% of the U.S. herd. They've got 830 million chickens. For meat, 9% of the U.S. flock, and 32 million turkeys, or 13% of the U.S. total. And 2 years ago, Hurricane Matthew covered North Carolina, killing about 1 million poultry birds. So these are all things that the agricultural world is going to be watching pretty closely. Farmers in North Carolina are trying to rush to harvest their corn and tobacco crop, put feed in for pig rations, and just trying to get to the high ground. And so we'll just kind of see what, talk of maybe somewhere between 15 and 25 inches of rain does in those areas. Also, U.S. Midwest should be mostly dry for the rest of the week and most of next week. Temperatures look a little cooler late next week, but this is perfect harvest weather for the corn and soybean crop. So at some point later this week, farmers will be in the fields pretty aggressively. We did note that USDA did raise the corn and soybean crop ratings yesterday unexpectedly, and I think that was one of the main reasons why they came in and were sellers of corn and beans. It is interesting to note that the EU USDA attaché said that EU cattle and hog slaughter might accelerate. The dry summer months has limited feed supplies and are anticipated to increase slaughter. So there's a lot of question marks of whether they would import feed grains, maybe import meats, but right now it looks like they're going to be aggressively selling and slaughtering their animals. So in general, the last thing is that we did see a couple of reports out that for 2019, the Argentina and Brazil crop weather conditions are starting out pretty ideal. So we'll be coming back at 11 o'clock and tell you what the USDA has to say, and we'll also let you know what prices are doing. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.